Okay, so we are going to talk about the STAAR reference sheet right here. So just a few things. Yeah. Um, so we're going to draw some things on it that will help us out throughout any of the tests. You'll get one of these. Everybody gets one of these and a piece of grid paper. So these will be a few things to help you remember as we're going, uh, help you remember as you're taking any of the tests, where it's the map test or it's the mock star, any of that. Okay, so we're going to start on this side where we have perimeter. Okay, there's our P for perimeter. There's our P right here. P stands for perimeter, and that is for our formula as well. So when we are doing perimeter, we are adding all sides. All sides. Okay, so when we have a square, our perimeter equals 4 times the sides. So if I have a little square and it's 4 centimeters, I'm going to multiply. So P equals 4, since there's 4 sides, times 4. So 4 times 4 is 16. So our perimeter is 16 centimeters. And since it's perimeter, it's just the units. It's not squared, not cubed, nothing. And so 4s, 4, remember, anytime a number is next to a letter, it is multiplication. So this is 4 times sides. Okay, and then for a rectangle, you have length for L and width for W. 2 lengths plus 2 widths. So 2 times L plus, so if we did this, 2 times L plus 2 times W gives us our perimeter. So here's my rectangle, and I have 2 yards and 6 yards. So if I'm doing my perimeter for this shape right here, and obviously it's not to scale, perimeter equals 2 times the length, 6, plus 2 times the width, 2. 2 times 6, so P equals, so order of operations, 2 times 6 is 12, plus 2 times 2 is 4. So the perimeter of this object is 16 yards. And those, it just happens to be the same, but look at the units, centimeters and yards. So we go to area. And now we have 3 formulas for our area. This time we're multiplying 2 sides. Multiply 2 sides. Okay. So for a square, area equals side times side. So if I have, let me draw my nice little square here, and I have 3 inches. Since it's a square, I know that all sides are 3. So area equals 3 times 3, which gives us 9 inches squared, or 9 square inches. Okay, and S stands for side. So side times side. Okay, and then we have our rectangle. And I have 2 centimeters and 4 centimeters. So length times width, A equals 4 times 2, which gives us 6 centimeters squared, or 6 square centimeters. Both are the correct way. So the base, because we have B times H, is base times height. And the way you can look at that, the base is where it sits, times the height goes up. So it is still A equals 4 times 2, and A equals, yeah, 4 times 2. Why did I write 6? 4 times 2 is 8. Sorry about that. That's why we catch our mistakes and we make sure that we correct them. I was probably trying to add my 2 sides and then forgetting, and that is one of the common errors when it comes to perimeter and area. So 4 times 2 is 8 square centimeters. Now we have volume. We're adding a third dimension. So if you see just centimeters once, centimeters twice, centimeters 3 times, or the unit 3 times. So by itself, squared, cubed. Okay, so volume. Again, we have 3 formulas. So over here, V equals side times side times side. So now you're multiplying 3 sides. Add, multiply, multiply. Add, multiply 2, multiply 3. Okay, we're going to use some of this area down here though. So first we're going to draw a cube. You're going to draw a square. And then you're going to draw another square kind of overlapping. Like that. And so your corners, your top corners, connect those. Bottom 2 connect. And now you have your cube. So if I want to label that this is 4 feet, that means this is 4 feet and this is 4 feet as well. So if volume side times side times side, so volume equals 4 times 4 times 4. And if you wanted, it's also the equals side cubed, because you're multiplying it 3 times. So 4 times 4 is 16. And then you still multiply that by 4. So your final volume is 64 cubic inches. 64 inches cubed. Both of those are correct in writing it. Okay. Stay with blue, but we'll go to our rectangular prism. And drawing a rectangular prism is very similar to drawing a square. You're going to draw your rectangle, and then you're going to draw another one kind of offset to it, and then connect your corners as so. Okay, so if we have, and I just noticed I put cubic inches when my units here were feet, so you really have to be careful. So 2 inches here, 3 inches here, and 5 inches here. So for this, volume equals length times width times height. Okay. So volume equals 2 times 3 times 5. Well, 2 times 3 is 6. We still got to multiply by 5. So the volume equals 30 cubic inches. 30 inches cubed. Okay. But now we have a second formula to go with it. So we have base. So volume equals base times height. This is your big B. So your big B goes with volume, your little b goes with area. Okay, and what B is length times width. Our length and width are right there. So our base is 2 times 3, which gives us 6 square inches. And then for our, to finish, to get the H, we just multiply that 6 times the height. So 6 times 5 again gives us 30 cubic inches. So V equals base times height and V equals area of the base times height. And we get a little marker here. So if you see right here, here's our base. Here's our base. We multiplied that and we got 6. Right here, when we multiplied those two numbers, we got 6 as well. Okay, and that's it for this side. Let's flip it over. Okay, so first things first, just so we don't forget, and we've already kind of talked about it when we're going through our formulas. You can just draw your PEMDAS as a reminder. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. And if you want to block these two together and block these two together to remind you that it's or, which one comes first, left to right. Okay, and for your metric, which we're getting to soon, we have another little not anagram. Okay, K, H, D, U, D, C, M. So King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk. So that'll help you with your metric conversions. Okay. And so before we get back to the metric conversions, I want to go on to the customary. So you get your mile to yards, yards to feet, feet to inches. But here's the one where you may be asked a gallon to cups or quarts to cups, and it doesn't go quite as normal. So one way is to start with, to add this is your king gallon. You can give them a little crown if you want. Had 4 queens. Each queen had 2 princesses. And each princess had 2 children. Okay. And this will help you tremendously with your conversions for your customary conversions. 1 gallon equals 4 quarts. 1 gallon equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pints. 1 gallon equals 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. 16 cups. Okay, and now we have each cup is equal to 8 fluid ounces. So it would be a little hard to draw 8 little dots in there. So 1 gallon is equal to 128 fluid ounces. Because if I multiply 16 times 8, 16 cups is how many there are in a gallon. Multiply that by 8. How many ounces are in each cup? 8, carry the 4, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 100, that's where the 128 came from. So then I can further go to my, look at my quarts. Highlight my quart. 1 quart equals 2 pints. 1 quart equals 4 cups. 1 quart equals, and remember there's 8 ounces in each cup. So we're going to multiply 4 times 8, which gives us 32 fluid ounces. Okay, and we go one step further and look at just one of our pints. Our princess kind of disappeared, but 1 pint equals 2 cups. 1 pint equals, there's 8 ounces in a cup. There's 2, so 8 times 2 is 16. So 1 pint equals 16 fluid ounces. Okay, so there's that. There's also a WKU chart. Okay. So if I want to have my WKU, these are the words. This is the known ratio. And then this is the unknown. So if I wanted to do, let's see, 2 gallons equals blank cups. Okay. So to do that, I could do it from one step to step, or I'll show you 2 different ways. I'll do it the multi-step up here using this part. So 1 gallon equals, gallon to quart, because I only know that. So there's 2 gallons equals 4 quarts. 1 gallon equals 4 quarts. But I need to know 2. So I need to know what that is. So I'm going to cross that, and that equals 8. So 2 gallons equals 8 quarts. But I still need to get to cups. So a little further on my chart. So I'm going from quarts this time. So quarts to pints. So I know that 1 quart equals 2 pints. But right here I have 8 quarts in my unknown pints. Cross multiply that again. So 2 gallons equals 16 pints. I still haven't got to cups yet. So I need to do one more WKU. So I'm going from pints to cups. 1 pint equals 2 cups. I have 16 pints that I need to convert in my unknown cups. I multiply those. So 2 gallons equals 32 cups. So 2 gallons is equal to 32 cups. But if you make sure that you have your king gallon, you can save yourself some steps. Let me grab another color. We're still going to do the 2 gallons to 32 cups to show using the WKU. Okay, so we're going from gallons to cups. So here's my gallons to cups right here. So gallon to cups, 1 gallon equals 16 cups. We know that it's 2 gallons, so that's not unknown to us. This is our unknown, the cups. So now I can multiply that, and I get 2 gallons equals 32 cups. So there's 2 ways to get to that answer. Okay, and now back to our King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk. You can use this. You wanted to create a little box in front of it for each letter. So this is our unit, deca, hecto, kilo, deci, centi, milli. So kilo, hecto, deci, deca, the unit. So you have grams, which equals weight. You have liters, is your liquid. And your meters, which is distance. Haha, solid, liquid, got to get gas to go the distance. So if I had, let's say, 2.4 meters. So here's my meters. So my 2 would go here, 2 whole meters, 0.4, and I want to go to centimeters. So right now it's meters. So I'm going to go to deci and then centi. So our multiples of 10, 1, 2. So it goes there because you went here, unit to centi. So 2.4 meters equals 240 centimeters. Okay. And you kind of get this on your chart, this, and this. And all of this will come to you if you have this.